Hello, 8th standard children. Today you are going to study social science. In the second chapter, you are going to study geographical features and prehistorical India, children. We'll study about the physical features of India. We'll study about the subcontinent and peninsula, neighboring countries of India, and the living style of man in the prehistoric period and the Stone Age, children. Now let's study the lesson. The geographical environmental has influenced every country and people in the world. There is an intimate relationship between human life and the environmental. As it is surrounded by water on three sides and land on one side. So it is called as a peninsula. India's geographical features compares the Himalayan mountains, the Indo-Gangetic plain in the north, the Deccan Plateau and the coastal region in the south, children. The snow-capped mountains in the north include some of the tallest mountain peaks in the world, children. They help to preserve the safety and the security of India, which are mountains, children. There have been very few iterations on the ancient India from the northern Himalayas region. The flat Indo-Gangetic plains are extremely fertile. So Indo-Gangetic plains are very fertile, children. The ancient civilizations of Indus Valley and Vedic period flourished here only because of the fertility. The Narmada River separates India into two, Malwa Plateau or Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau in the south. The Mauryans and the Guptas ruled these two areas of the ancient India, and we have found the coins also of these dynasties, which are Mauryans and Guptas. The Indian coastal line is vast and stretches over 6,100 kilometers. The eastern coastal line is called the Coromandel coast, whereas the western coastal line refers as a Konkan or a Malbara coast. The numerous ports on this coastal line has attacked the Roman from the times immemorial. Foreign trade was carried on in those days only through the sea routes only. As a result, port towns flourished, resulting in the rise of the powerful kingdoms in the south, and that were the Pandya's and the Cheras and the Cholas. Now we'll study about the prehistoric period, children. The period between before the discovery of art of the writing is called as a prehistorical age. This is so because we do not find evidences of the linguistic development or the use of the script. We do not get any written record for the study of the history of this period. Then, how do we get to know about the people and their life in the prehistorical age? Yes, no, children. The scholars who study these periods are called as the archaeologists. In this age, man was nomad and include in hunting and food gathering. Archaeologists have discovered few tools created and used by these people. So the scholars have found some tools, children. Probably they use tools made of stones or they might be wood and bones. Among these, only tools made of stones have survived today, providing us as a source for the study. Human beings in prehistorical age used stone tools to peel the skin and separate the flesh and bones of the animals or to cut the fruits and roots. Now we'll come to know about the where did the prehistorical man live. The records of the hunting and food gathering human are available in Bhimbetka, Hansangiri and Kurnal in India, children. In these places we have got the peoples living. There are many other sites in which such records have been found. How do we get to know about such industrial sites? Usually we get to see stone tools around rocking area. People might have rejected some rocks as unsuitable for their tools. These sites are called as the residentials and the industrial sites. Knowing of the fire. Signs of ashes have been obtained in the caves of Kurnool. The revival of the knowledge and the use of the fire by the people of the Stone Age. Probably fire was used for the variation purpose to cook the food or for the light and for the frighten the animals children. Drawing found in the cave children. We get to see some drawings in mainly caves in which people lived in the Stone Age. Even today we can see these drawings done on the walls, caves on the rocks. Such caves drawing can be seen in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka. What children are drawing? They are beautiful drawing of the wild animals and hunting. Now let's study about the changing environmental. It is believed that 12,000 years ago a major change took place in the earth's environment. The earth's temperature began to gradually increase. This led to the development of the grassland in many places. Birds and animals began to multiply in numbers. Animals like deer, goats, sheep, and others. In these grasslands, humans who have been hunting animals began to observe their nature, food habits, and the ways these animals multiplied. Over a period of time, they captured some these animals and brought them up. Like this, animal husbandry started and dairy started children. Humans had by now learned to catch fish in streams and lakes. Human beings notice in the meantime that some grass bearing grains have grown naturally. They learn to use them as a food. The grains and the cereals like rice, wheat, and barley obtained from such plants. Gradually, they learn to grow them too now. Archaeological refers to the period we discuss now by the different names. The age that predated 2 million years ago is the oldest age and is called the Old Stone Age, and it stretches over a period of 12,000 years. This long duration has been classified into three stages are the early, middle and the late Stone Age. The period from 12,000 years to around 10,000 years is called the Middle Stone Age. The tools of these periods are generally very small and hence they are called as the delicate stone tools. They used to fix these stones tools with handles made out of the wood and bones. They used to tools as axes and saws. Okay. Along with these tools, tools of the old kind to be continued to be used. So here is a diagram children of the prehistorical age, Old Stone Age, Middle Stone Age and New Stone Age. In Old Stone Age we'll get a Early Stone Age, Middle Stone Age and the Late Old Stone Age. The New Stone Age began after 10,000 years. The stone tools of these periods are different from those of the earliest period. These tools were bright and had sharp edges. People of this age used greening stones for greening leaves and herbs and grains and cereals. Some pots and plants of this period have been found, a few of which have been decorated. Pots were used for storing grains. They were also used for cooking rice, wheat, and other grains and cereals. People of this age had learned to wear the clothes also. With this, I have completed the lesson, children. Thank you.